Hello and a very warm welcome as my driving journey continues to passing my driving test. In today's video we have a recap of lesson 6. And yeah, for the first time I experienced wet roads, which was, we had a bit of rainfall before my lesson. My actual lesson was dry, but the roads were wet, which obviously increases stopping distance. And in this lesson, my main focus, my probably weakest area, and that's what we focused on, was like approach speed. I was coming up to junctions and roundabouts a bit too fast because I was doing the wrong process basically. So, of course, I was approaching, but I was keeping the clutch down. And obviously, putting the clutch down, you go fast. So I was lifting it off and I just like cautiously going up. So it's a lot easier. And now I feel a lot more comfortable knowing that. Yeah, so I was approaching too fast. And that was the main focus. But the roads were wet, so it was quite challenging. Building up confidence, getting more and more confident behind the wheel. Focused on approach speed. So coming from high gears, gear 6, into gear 4, into gear 2, lift the clutch up, coast up to the junction roundabout, have a look. If it's safe, go. If not, stop, gear 1. So yeah, feeling more and more confident and it is going well. Like, I really like the challenge of it. And this is my journey to passing. And I'm not going to bullshit you. If I make a mistake, if I fail my driving test the first time, I'll be bringing the video out. If I cock up, if I have the worst lesson ever, I'll be giving you a true reflection. Yeah. One time we did a pull-up on the left and I got too close to the curb. I like nudged the curb. Not a massive issue, but yeah. Got my judgments wrong there. What else? My roundabouts, they're quite strong. My biggest strength is my observations. I know like hazards around me, observations, looking in my mirrors, etc. That's very strong. It was a good drive. I'm making progress. My instructor said, I got one more lesson, I think, doing country roads, and then we'll be going into town centre. I got to do parking, etc. also. Emergency stop. Independent driving. Yeah. It's exciting. It is exciting. Yeah. And when I was coming home, right? So we were approaching a major roundabout, what had like 5 exits. I knew where I was going because it was close to my house. I approached in second, and like a bell end, I set off in second and I stalled. Which was not a massive issue. It's all part of learning. But I'm quite aware of my mistakes. So, like a bell end, I tried setting off in second gear. Of course, the car stalled. I was like, oh, sugar. Straight, basically, put the clutch down because it's one of them cars where clutch start. And I knew my mistake straight away. Into first, managed to pull away. But on a major roundabout, it's quite tricky because I had a blocker and I should have gone. And then another blocker came and I just went. And then when I was coming back into my housing estate, we have these speed bumps. Now there's roadworks on the main road, so you have to go the different way past the schools, which has speed bumps. Coming up the hill, people have to give way to me. So I'm just going along thinking, okay, going through. Of course, the people coming down have to give way to me. And then I had an idiot approach, must have been doing 20, 30 mile an hour. And the speed limit's only 20 mile an hour. And he should have gave way to me. And he came zooming through. And I was like half in the middle of the road. Because I was just carrying on, going. And he just comes bombing through, even though he should have gave way. And I stalled there as well. And it was on a hill. Managed to get going eventually, but yeah. It's kind of scary the speed he was coming towards me. And he should have stopped, so... yeah, that was madness. And if he'd have hit me, it would have actually been his fault. So yeah, that was quite alarming to say the least. But I'm enjoying it. That's 6 lessons down. I've done quite a lot in 6 lessons. I've done dual carriageways, I've done roundabouts, I've done rural roads, tight bends, junctions, approaching, emerging, traffic lights. Done quite a lot. Hill starts, all in 6 lessons. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling confident. Going in town is going to be, that could be tricky. Especially in my town currently, because the main road in town has got roadworks on. So there's massive traffic lights, like a 3-way traffic light system. Parking, now, that could be an issue also. Parking. Some of them are really easy, I would presume, like pulling up on the right and going back 2 car lengths. I mean, that can't be difficult. Parallel park, that's probably the hardest one. Reversing in a bay, going into a bay forward. It's all exciting. I wonder how many lessons it's going to take me before I'm test ready. I'd like to do one of them as well with my instructor, like a mock test. See how many faults I get. That would be interesting. But I'm enjoying it, and we keep going with my driving journey. Adios.